The biodiversity rapidly decreasing because of the human increase in the human activities related to production and services. So most of the activities of the human में आपकी economics से related हैं और commercial से related हैं जिसमें माशी भी आती हैं और इक़्तिसादी भी हैं. So those are actually have impact on the enclosed environment. और जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि जो नेचुरल वेजिटेशन है उसमें बहुत कम ह्यूमन इंटरफेरेंस है. सो जब ह्यूमन इंटरफेरेंस बढ़ जाता है तो वो स्पीशी जो है ख़त्म होना शुरू हो जाती है. और जितना आजकल एक्सटेंशन रेट है स्पीशीज़ का उतना पहले कभी नहीं रहा बिकॉज ऑफ द मैक्सिमम ह्यूमन इन्वॉल्वमेंट in the natural environment. So that is very important in studying the biomes. Now the next type of the biome is the needleleaf or conifer forest. This type of forest have straight trunks, cone-shaped trees with relatively short branches and small narrow needle-like leaves. Most conifers are evergreen, retaining their needles for several years before shedding them. At any location, species are usually few in numbers. In fact, large tracts of needleleaf forests consist almost entirely of only one or two species. When the needleleaf forest is dense, it provides continuous and deep shade to the ground. Lower layers of vegetation are sparse or abundant, or even absent, except for possible a thick carpet of mosses. Here is the location of the needleleaf or conifer forest, which occupies almost the area which is higher than the middle latitudes, is closer to the subpolar region but higher to the middle latitudes. So boreal forest is the cold climate needleleaf forest of high latitudes. It occurs in two great continental belts, one in the North America and one in Eurasia. These belts span their land masses from west to east in latitudes 40° north to 75° north, and they closely correspond to the region of the boreal forest climate. The boreal forest of North America, Europe, and Western Siberia is composed of such evergreen conifers as spruce and fir, while the boreal forest of the North Central and Eastern Siberia is dominated by larch. The larch tree shades its needles in winter and is thus a deciduous needle leaf trees. Broadleaf deciduous trees such as the balsam, poplar, willow and birch tend to take over rapidly in areas of the needleleaf forest that have been burned over. These species can also be found bordering streams and in open spaces. Between the boreal forest and the middle latitude deciduous forest lies a broad transition zone of the mixed boreal and deciduous forests. This is the next type of the biomes, which is called the Mediterranean forest. It covers the areas which is closer to the Mediterranean Sea. So here we can see the region which is actually close to the Mediterranean Sea. They are the southern part of Europe and the northern part of the Africa. So those type of areas are totally different from the rest of the world because it have particular type of climate or which have different environment suitable for the type of the growth. The native vegetation of the Mediterranean climate is adapted to survival through the long summer drought. Shrubs and trees that can survive such droughts are equipped with small, hard or thick leaves that resist water loss through transpiration. These plants have local names, which are very small, hard, and the leathery leaves. The trees are often low-branched and thick bark. The formation class includes the wood which are actually very hard, and open forest is in which only 25 to 60% of the ground is covered by trees. Also include extension area of the shrubs, a plant formation type consisting of shrubs covering somewhat less than half of the ground areas. The Mediterranean forest is between 30° to 40 to 45° north and south latitudes. In California coastal ranges, the type of forest is called the woodland, is typically dominated by live oak and white oak trees. The type of the trees are very small, and this is one of the example of the Mediterranean forest which is in Spain. Eucalyptus is one of the tree type of the Mediterranean forest. So the Mediterranean forests are dominated by low trees with thick leaves that are well adapted to the long summer droughts of the Mediterranean climate. क्योंकि यहाँ पर क्लाइमेट बड़ा ड्राई है, बारिशें कम होती हैं, बट पर्टिकुलर मंथ्स में बारिश होती है, सो इस वेजिटेशन टाइप में ये कैपेसिटी है कि वो अपनी जो मॉइस्चर है एयर का उसको रिटेन कर सके. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द टाइप of biome which actually totally different from the rest of the world.